Welcome to Speak. I'm Bryan Tweit with Launchpad Baker. This is a new and innovative place. This is Speak. It's a barber and an amazing spot where people come in Baker City. This is Timothy Eide, and I'll let him explain to you more about Speak.
Okay, so Speak, a lot of people ask me, what does the name mean? Well, barbershops used to be the place where everybody came and spoke. So that's really what it is all about. And in the future, we hope to maybe have a speakeasy. So that comes from that too. So that's a barber and spot. So a spot is a place where you hang out. Speak is a place that you speak. That's it. It's really simple.
So since you've been here, you've done some amazing community things that have given you amazing positive reviews. Two of the things that really stand out is one, your commitment to veterans. Explain that.
So the veterans, they hold a pretty strong place in my heart. If we didn't have veterans and we didn't have people that were in the military, then we wouldn't have local businesses, basically. I mean, if you think about communism and other places, that you can't do what you want to do freely and have a business exactly the way you want. And the veterans, so that's why we have a veterans wall, where the veterans get to sign on there, and we keep American flag there and try to make sure it's even posted right. Like, I don't know, most people don't know that the stars should be on the left-hand side when you fly a flag, or just hang one. So we try to make sure that they're honored first before everybody else, because I wouldn't be in business without them, or the customers themselves. You don't have a business without customers.
Awesome. Another thing that Timothy Eide has done is we have every third Thursday a wine walk. He participated a while back, and what he did was pretty amazing. Everybody remembered it. Everybody was talking about it. Explain to us what you did.
So we did a brisket and hot toddies. The theme was, it's usually a wine walk, but that's because that time of the season they wanted to change it up a little bit and do hot toddies. So I got the best bourbon, the best honey, everything top notch that I could find. And I really wanted to just like let people come in and try something great. And we had a veteran actually come, Chris Nicola, which he's the kind of guy that would just, give his shirt to you right off his bat. He went out, he got up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and started smoking that brisket for like 12 hours just for the people to come in and have a good time, because he enjoys barbecuing and he wanted to do something for me too. He's a volunteer firefighter in the community, and I bought all the meat for him, and I knew that was his hobby. So I bought all the meat for him and said, look, I know you love to do this, so let's do this for you so you can further your hobby. Someday he would he wants to be a business owner too, and someday have a barbecue shop. So that was kind of like one of the things. So I was like, hey, you'd like to build up your Facebook, let's get you out here and you can pass out some cards and stuff too. And it was I thought it was a great way that we could rid of community over here, say hello, and just I wasn't trying to show anybody up and make it better, but we kind of tried it. It was pretty awesome. The meat was fantastic. It's worth a lot of stuff.
You left an amazing impression, and people remembered you for it.
Thanks.
So Timothy, here at Speak, you're an entrepreneur. That's what we're all about, is supporting entrepreneurs. You chose to start this business. So how long have you been here?
Week and a half before Thanksgiving.
So you're coming up on your first anniversary. Any plans?
Oh, yeah, we better do something now that you say it.
Pressure's on.
I better keep it secret. It's got to be better than the last event we had, right?
So starting a business is always scary. As you went through the process, what's the first thing when you first opened that you wish you knew before?
Opening business here. Now that you asked that, the electrical was so outdated, especially in Baker City. All of these buildings are really old, so you are going to run into that kind of thing easy. We had to put in an extra 5 or 6 outlets, and being that this was a barbershop before, and then the last business was a coffee shop, and all this wood was in here, we really just had to redo the floors to make them so they were washable and sanitizable, and the countertops, and then this place was like magically perfect. It was almost like it was meant to be. So just finding the right location is really important.
One of the great things about having a known place is people are used to going there. There's a place where you get your hair cut. But what do you bring that's different to the table? Because you're much younger, you're making a much more contemporary environment, you're supporting the community. What do you bring that's different?
That's a good question, because that's really what I think about the most when I open up a business, is to be different and make people understand that they're welcome. Really, I try to think about every detail. It's important. When a person walks into your place, they are going to experience pretty much psychologically something that's going to last with them the rest of the day. It could be a week, it could be a month, and that's going to either make a good review or a bad review. Your music's important, the lighting's important. The music is especially important. Like, you can't play like hardcore rap or screamo rock, because you have to be neutral. You have to think about who you are selling to. In a town like this is a country town, and people love rock music. They love, community. So you play music pertaining to them. You sell products pertaining to them, but they also want something a little bit different. So you got to try to think of, how can I tweak my shop to sell to the market, but also at the same time make it so they still are like, this is new and fun. This is what I tell everybody, because I talk about business a lot in the shop. I always try to encourage people to start a business, and it's probably overbearing sometimes. My best piece of advice is to take out a piece of paper and pencil. Without that, you can't start a business. You need to sit down and write your goals, from the smallest to the largest, every single time, and then check them off. It even could be buying paper clips to be organized. Every single detail needs to be crossed and checked. And that's really the easiest way to get started with a business. Once you have it on paper, then you pretty much have a business in place. And then you just start thinking of it as a job, and you start working towards your goals, and you can complete a business. I've done it 15, 16 times, and I've started the same way every single time. Piece of paper, and pencil, and ideas. That's it.
You've done amazing things reaching out to the community. What can the community do to help support local businesses?
First of all, I want to say that the community does a great job already, but there's always room for improvement in every aspect of life. So I feel that we could do some more to draw people in from the highway. And one way to do that, I think, is just more fun, inviting. I really don't have strong ideas for that. And there's big ideas, like maybe we could have a skating rink, like some of the other cities are doing, and an amphitheater that's directly downtown, to draw more business to the local businesses instead of putting stuff by the highway. I hope they never ever expand off the exits for larger supermarkets and things like that, because I've seen that in larger cities, and every single time that ruins the downtown life. I just moved here from Nampa, and they really struggle with that problem, because there's a mini mall on every single exit, and the corporations take from the small businesses. So, and I love how Baker City already kind of protects themselves that way, but I hope in the future they can continue to keep a strong mind about that, and just really focus on the small businesses in that way.
So with all of this COVID-19 adventure, how has that affected you?
It's been interesting since we just opened a couple months before COVID happened. We've had to change things over and over again. I think that caused a lot of problems, especially with Barbershop. People are really looking for consistency. They want to make sure the barber's there all the time when you need them. And having to change our hours and having to change to appointments from walk-ins and just all this back and forth and stuff has slowed us down quite a bit in the recent days. And I hope that we can just get back to some sort of normalcy so that we can show that we are consistent. And I think that's going to be the big key for our business here.
So you have an app for people making appointments. Where do they go to get onto that app?
So that's Booksy. You can download the app, and it's on every single platform. So Android, and on the Apple, whatever is out there. I don't know if BlackBerry is still around, but it's old people stuff, right? But they can download it. It's just Booksy. Booksy. It's a blue circle with a cursive black B. But if you want to go direct, there's a link you can go to Speak, which is the name of the barbershop.booksy.com. Or we have another barber here, and he's also works here, but his Booksy account is jodythebarber.booksy.com. And those are really easy. You can just simply pick your time, your day that you want to go, and that's it. It's just very user friendly, and we hope that people use that.
Thank you again for spending time with us at Speak, a barber, and the Spot.